Hello, it's been a minute, so I just thought I would make another video of my ramblings in the car, and now I've lost all train of thought. So it's obviously that time of year where it's socially what's the word? It's like we're supposed to be joyous and happy and thankful, but it is also the time of year where there are the most unhappy people that don't see in the new year. So I just thought I would come here and try and give some inspirational words as one of those people that doesn't necessarily find the joy in Christmas anymore. I know I never really liked special occasions anyway, probably because of the autism and not really understanding social convention. But as somebody who has also been down darker paths and come out the other end every time, there's been a few. So, obviously, normally people would say, there's a silver lining and there's a light at the end of the tunnel and all that rubbish. The truth is that we think of depression as a feeling or an emotion, but depression is really more of a split personality. At least it is for me. I'm not entirely sure it is like for everybody, because everybody experiences it differently. But for me, depression is something that it's like that little niggly feeling at the back of your head. You're not good enough, you're wrong, you don't deserve this, and it's a very hard person to keep quiet. And it does affect a lot of things. It affects our motivation, our determination, and our discipline. Some things that I'm really trying to work on for the new year. I haven't been to my karate lessons for 2 weeks now, but I need to sort of push myself and get there, which I'm going to be really pushing myself to go every day in the new week, because certainly finding something like that really helps. You can, it's just getting there that's a problem. But sort of once I'm there, it does make you feel good. At the end of it, you do feel good. You've done some exercise. You've had to be in a room full of people. You don't have to interact with them. Obviously when it comes to sparring and stuff like that, you kind of do, but you don't have to talk to these people. and you can just sort of, like, certainly for me, it helps sort of thinking about it as they're like NPCs from a video game, and you're like the main character, so they're not really there, sort of thing. And it's all about zoning out and trying to clear your mind, which, again, I know is something very difficult to do, certainly if you suffer with any type of neurological or mental health issue. I find it very hard to quieten my mind and to relax things as well. Obviously, in karate, certainly it's all about your legs being like the grounding point, and everything from the waist upwards is to be relaxed. And I constantly, my sensei keeps telling me, like, relax your shoulders, because I have to really think about relaxing my shoulders. I have to roll them back and down, and that to me isn't relaxed. Like, relaxed is up here tight and stiff, down here feels like a chore. So there are added things like that we have to consciously think about. And I watch a few people with ADHD and stuff, and there's this one person that does, like, every sort of day she does a like, relax your shoulder, like, deep breath in, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and that sort of thing, and breathe out. And I'm like, how do you unclench your jaw? Like, and every night now, I consciously know that I'm clenching my jaw, whereas I didn't before. And it is quite an effort to unclench my jaw. I think I've gone off topic quite a bit, but so what I'm trying to say, I suppose, is that although you may be suffering with severe emotion and depression and anxiety for this time of year, it is kind of on you to rise above it. Think of these bad emotions and depression. Think of them as another person, right? But it's inside you, so they may be saying all these things to you, but you don't have to listen to them. And that's where you've really got to try and push yourself. You may be getting all these thoughts, but they're not your thoughts. They're not your thoughts. They might seem like they are because they're happening inside your head, but they're not your thoughts. There's this separate person telling you these bad things, trying to make you feel bad, trying to bring you down to their level, just like the bullies in school, or the just anybody really. They're just trying to bring you down to their level. They're trying to make you feel bad because they feel bad. So think about them like that and just don't listen. It really is that simple, and it doesn't seem that simple. I know, obviously I don't know your individual side of things, but for me, it is hard not to listen to them, but it's also simple. I don't know, that probably doesn't make any sense. You can choose to let them win, you know, you can choose to feel bad, and that's what depression does. You know, depression, like I said, isn't the feeling, but depression causes those feelings. And if you think about it as the bully, you know, the bully that bullied you in school or wherever, that wants to make you feel bad, you know, obviously think about it as the bully doesn't, you know, it's not your feelings, they make you feel that way. So depression makes you feel that way, but you can choose not to feel that way, you know. And there are lots of things that help. Exercise does help, you know. Obviously, certainly for me, because of the autism and ADHD, like the stimming is something that helps, you know. But you can change your stims, you know. You can have your involuntary stims of, like, certainly when you're angry or stressed. Certainly for autistic people, there's the sort of hitting your own head. And I did know why we did that for a long time. I thought that was just a me thing, but apparently a lot of autistic people do it. There's a lot of people you should go and watch if you want to learn more about autism and ADHD. I will find their names and I could put them in the description. I've lost where I am now. So, you know, like for instance, the karate is technically, for me, a self-learned stim. You know, you obviously learn a lot of breathing techniques in karate. There's a lot of there's like an easy way to explain it. There's these things called katas, which is basically like choreography. I don't know how to say that word, of the moves and the techniques that you learn. So it's like all those sort of bunched into one, kind of like a dance routine, except it's with like blocks and punches and stuff. So, you know, I now take those when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I will do a kata, and it's sort of like it's a prolonged conscious stim and it calms you, because you've got to kind of think about what you're doing, where your feet are, you know, to get it right, and doing it repetitively, getting it right, you know, that also brings good feelings and such. I mean, if you want, I can do some katas on video. Obviously, I'm insured. I'm insured to do them, and you can do them at home, obviously, but I'm not insured to teach. So, like, if you want to try and follow me, that's fine, but like, if you hurt yourself, that's on you, not on me. I will obviously try and go through them correctly, but that's just something that sort of helps me keep calm. You know, and yeah, well, I've gone off topic, so I'm just gonna probably ramble some more about something or other. But yeah, you know, this this time of year is very difficult for a lot of people. And although everybody's situation is different, you're not alone. There are so many people that feel very similarly to you, that have gone through very similar things. They're never going to be the same things, and they're never going to be the exact same things or whatever, because everybody is unique. We're unique in the things that happen, but we're also unique in the way we react to them. For a lot of years now, since being alienated from my children, I have basically ruined Christmas because I've felt sad and I've been depressed at Christmas. I've been angry, and it's not good for me, and it's not good for people around me, because it brings those down, and it ruins it for everybody, and that doesn't really matter. What matters is that feeling this way ruins it for you. So, try. My sort of advice is what I've already said, but also, try to find something small that you take joy in. Excuse me. For me, it's as simple as watching the birds, or other wildlife. Quite nice this morning. I get up and I went out to the car, and there was 3 little birds. There was a female blackbird and 2 finches, I believe, that were down on the ground having a drink from the puddles, and just hopping about, doing their thing, and I quite enjoy watching that, and it makes me feel, I don't know, it makes me feel pride in being alive, and being able to witness these creatures and other creatures that don't have our stresses and our worries. Of course, they have their own worries. They have predators to worry about. They still have the weather and stuff to worry about. But just to see them hopping about on their daily business, doing whatever they please, it puts into perspective that they're not just surviving, they're living as well. And the fact that we have the most advanced brain doesn't mean we're the most advanced species or the most intelligent either, but that's my own opinion. But we have the most advanced brain, and yet a lot of us out here just surviving, just being empty shells of ourselves, whereas these other creatures that are sentient, that do feel, they do have emotion, it might be slightly different to ours, but they do still feel it. They're out there living. A lot of them are playing a lot of the time, and we've kind of lost that. And I certainly think as adults, we've lost a lot of our childish joy. And I think a lot of that is down to society. It could just be because I'm autistic that I think that way, that I I do think differently from other people, that, you know, we should have our childish joy still. We should do the silly thing, you know, hop down the stairs, jump in puddles, find joy in building Lego. Play, you know, we should play and tickle and do all those seemingly meaningless things, but they bring joy, and we shouldn't have lost that as adults. You know, I still make up fantasy worlds in my head, and I enjoy those sorts of things. I don't have anybody to play with, but again, I like my solidarity. Certainly for video games and stuff, I prefer playing solo games rather than online multiplayer. I do like playing co-op and stuff. I like the nostalgia, I suppose, of back when it was the PlayStation 1 and you'd get like the 4-link like extension, so you could have 3 of your friends and you could all play, what was it? It was Speed Freaks. So yeah, you know, I think what I ask anybody who's watching this video to do one silly thing. You know, nobody has to be around. You don't have, just go and jump in a puddle, roll around in the mud, dig a big hole at the beach in the summer for absolutely no reason. And it will bring a small amount of joy to you, and that's another thing as well. I can't remember the other word for it, but obviously dopamine is a quick fix joy emotion. Is it endorphins that's the long one? So in today's world we have a lot of things that give us a dopamine boost, and certainly for people with neurological or mental health issues, we like the dopamine hit. It's a very quick fix, but dopamine is actually addictive, and it's not a good thing, because you get that quick fix of dopamine that brings you really high up, and then it drops dramatically and it makes you feel twice as bad as you did before. So instead of seeking things that give you dopamine, like short videos, or I don't know what else to really say, or well, just doing anything really that just gives you that sort of quick, short burst of happiness. You want to look for, I can't remember what I said, did I say endorphins? Which is like a long release. So it's the same as sugar and fats. You know, sugar gives you a very quick energy boost, but it's very short-lived, whereas fats give you a long-lasting energy boost. But yeah, I think that's all I have for today. I'm going to try and do another video, because I have been thinking a lot about other things, certainly about things that are going on in the world at the moment. I have an Instagram called Our True Purpose UK, And I think I'm going to do some more videos on that sort of thing. But that's sort of, yeah. Look that up if you want. I'll probably put it in the description when I upload this video, along with the names of other autistic ADHD creators that know a lot more than I do, and you might relate to those more. But yeah, I suppose spend more time in nature and stay positive. Bye.